You're a bigger fool than I thought if you think you're gonna wreck my plans. You're gonna do just what you promised.
Put down my dog.
Oh, I'm so bored. Hang in there, baby kitty poster. I just don't know what to do today. Oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu. Well, apparently you guys are bored too if you're watching one of my reviews, and who can blame you? There's not a lot to do on YouTube that isn't annoying. That's right. I watched a lot of YouTube videos in the last few days, and man, there's some annoying people out there. What can I do to make my day better? I don't know. Hey, I know, I've got a time machine. I can go back in time and go get a toy to review today. That's what I'll do. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, let me see if I can turn on this time machine. Where's the button? Oh, there we go. Let's see. I'll just set the year for random. Okay, now that was fun. Hey everybody, I'm back from the year 1997! Yeah. Thank you, voiceover guy. Anyways, 1997. Now that wasn't that long ago, but it was a long time ago. In fact, I would dare to say that a lot of you probably weren't even born yet. Jeez, I was old in 1997. I'm old now, but I was old then too. Anyway, yeah, there was a lot of toys out there on the shelf when I went to Toys R Us in 1997. It was kind of fun there, you know, and I picked up something that I thought was pretty cool. So today's review will be on the following. Today's review will be on the Mcfarlane Toys Spawn Alley Playset. That's right, straight from the year 1997 and the movie Spawn, we have this really awesome playset of one of the scenes from the movie, in fact. And it's from the scene where the clown first turns into the Violator for real. And check that out. It comes with 3 little figures. Now, this is the comic store exclusive, because the Toys R Us I checked in 1997 didn't have any of these, and I had to go to a stupid comic book store, and it took a long time. And be glad you didn't go, because believe me, 1997 was kind of boring. But this is the comic store exclusive, so it actually has a Todd McFarlane bum figure, and I think that's pretty cool, because the regular releases didn't include that little figure. You just got the Spawn, the Violator, and all the other stuff, but you didn't get that little Todd McFarlane bum, and I think that's very neat indeed. Now, this is pretty cool indeed. Now, there's the front of the package. The package is pretty big, and it, you know, the figures are little, of course, because these are smaller figures, kind of like, I'd say they're smaller than the Walking Dead figures now. But yeah, this looks pretty cool indeed. So there's the front of the package. I say we look at the back of the package, shall we? So, here's the back of the package, and as you can see, it's got the Spawn logo. And as you can also see, there were 3 sets when this Spawn Alley playset came out. Now, the other 2 included the Final Battle playset, where the Violator came out of the wall. He was like morphed from the wall, like coming through it. It was kind of cool. And then down here, you'll also see the graveyard scene, where Al Simmons first became the Spawn character, and that's pretty cool, too. And then, of course, the one we'll be reviewing today, which is the Spawn Alley playset. Now, as you can see in that photo, the Todd McFarlane bum figure isn't included, you know, because this one that I'm reviewing today is the variant version, and the original version only included the 2 figures that you see in that picture there. Now, down here, you'll see the heyday of McFarlane figures. The Spawn figures were everywhere, and I miss seeing those on the shelf. You know, I wish they'd bring the Spawn figures back, because I loved buying any of them that I saw. It didn't matter what they made, I wanted them, I had to have them. I think I bought probably every McFarlane Spawn figure that existed, you know, when they came out. And here are the movie ones, and that's pretty cool. These were pretty nice. They weren't as good as the normal Spawn figures, but remember, this is the early days of Spawn toys and stuff, and so the sculpts improved over the years. And, you know, whereas articulation was concerned, these didn't have very much, but hey, they were still pretty cool indeed. And like I said, I think I owned every one of them. And then down here you'll see, more Manga Spawn and blah blah blah, and Total Chaos and blah blah blah, and Monsters. Those were pretty cool little play sets. Just like this one, it was a little play set with smaller figures, and those were pretty cool too. Over here you'll see the copyright, which is 1997, which is when I time traveled, and that's what we'll be reviewing, so let's check it out, shall we? So yeah, I really miss the fact that, you know, Spawn figures used to be everywhere at Toys R Us when you'd go there back in the day. And you know, now you don't see any, and I think that sucks because, like I said, they could make anything Spawn related and I'd buy it. So come on, Mcfarlane, put out some more Spawn stuff. Jeez, come on, I'll buy it. Make them small like the Assassin's Creed figures if you want, and articulated and stuff. I don't care. I'll play with them with this playset. That would be cool. But anyways, in the meantime, I've got this playset to play with, so I say we open it! Now, sliding the tray out of the little plastic bubble thing, you'll still see the figures laying down on their little tray. And I think this is pretty cool indeed. The little playset itself is behind this tray, but here you'll see the Spawn figure, a trash can with a trash can lid. Looks like a giant spoke or something. I don't know what that is. And then over here you'll find the Violator, which looks amazing, by the way. And then the Todd McFarlane bum. You got some planks of wood, which is very cool. And then nothing over here. And then right here you'll find the instructions. So you have to, you know, put it together and stuff like that. So I say we pull them out of the package and stand them up. What do you say? Now, first up, we'll look at the playset itself, and as you can see here, Spawn Alley looking very cool indeed. Now, it comes like this, all put together, and as you can see the little brick wall back there, if you look very carefully, it is actually taped onto the back of the playset. See, the tape there is holding it on into place, because this is a breakaway wall according to the little instructions, and I guess they taped it there so you could see what it would look like if it were, you know, into place. I don't know if it actually fits like that, or if it actually goes up to be flush with the other part of the wall or what, but we'll have to look at the instructions to find out in a second. But yeah, the little playset is pretty detailed. You could use this with your Walking Dead figures, and I think that would be pretty cool indeed. Now, as you can see, it's got a little iron, whatever, little gate thing for the, I don't know what those are called, the little doors you pull up with the chains. And as you can see, it's got graffiti and stuff like that. It says, die! Because apparently they like, you know, rolling dice and stuff, and they only have one, so they wrote die. And then it says, keep out! It's got a little, like, bunch of red squiggles. And then down here it says kiss. And I remember when I read that, I remember going, oh man, it would be so cool if Mcfarlane made kiss figures. And they did. And it was awesome. And I love it. And then down here you'll find some bricks and a little grate. And that's pretty cool. Like I said, this would be really good with your your Walking Dead figures. And that would be very awesome. Little chain link fence. Very neat. Looks like it's kind of a little rusty. And like I said, there's the little brick wall again. And then up here it's got a little hook. And the little hook moves around. So you can actually spin it around, I guess, if you want to hang your figures on it. Now, the included instructions are just a little sheet of paper folded, and it says here, instructions for Spawn Alley. And it says, step 1, snap fence into alley floor. I think they did that. I don't know. I'll check that in a minute. It says, Violator crashes through break apart wall. Ooh. Gun fits in Spawn's left hand. Well, that's pretty cool. Spawn can roll through garage door. That's the word I was looking for, garage door. And then here it says, Spawn can swing from crane hook to strike a Violator. Well, that's pretty neat. Over here it says, alley accessories can fit into Spawn and Violator's hands. And in Violator's mouth if you try hard enough. It says Violator's head pivots back and forth. Well, that's not much of an action feature, but it does move, so that's pretty cool. So that's pretty neat indeed. Now, as you can see, there's a little hole there for the fence to be plugged into, as it says in the instructions. Now, the other side came plugged. It was already plugged in. This side over here does not plug in. I think it's just meant to rest there so you can, like, break it down or whatever like that, you know, because it's movable. You just kind of, like, where is it? You flick it like that and it moves over. But, you know, it's just a little action feature, I guess. Not much of one, but hey, whatever. And then, like they said, the little hook can spin. Like that. And then you can, like, hang a figure on it and make him hit the Violator if you want. Or make the Violator hit Spawn. It doesn't matter. And that's pretty cool indeed. So I think we've looked at this playset enough. I say we look at the figures. What do you say? Oh no! Keep out! First up, we have the Todd McFarlane bum figure, and I love it. I think it's very cool that they made a figure out of him. I think it's neat that he made a cameo in the movie, even though when I saw him in the movie, when I was at the movie theater, I was like, oh, that's Todd McFarlane. It kind of took me out of the movie for a second. But, you know, hey, whatever. But, yeah, I think it's really cool they made a figure of him, and I think it's neat that, you know, I don't know if I like the fact that this was a variant set, and the only way to get him was to get the, you know, the variant set. But yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess it's okay. He should have been included with the regular set anyways, but maybe they thought that was too much figure for your money. I don't know. But anyways, there's the figure looking pretty cool indeed. Now, he's got no articulation there at the legs. His arms do move up and his head spins, but that's about it. Now, let's look at him from behind, shall we? Now, Now, here's the Todd bum from behind, and as you can see, he's got a little logo there on the back of his hat, and when we look at him close, we'll see what it is. He's got his jacket and a little hood hanging over the back, and then there's the back of the figure. That's pretty cool indeed. Next! Next up, we have the title character himself, as Spawn, and that looks awesome. Fully in Spawn outfit, minus the cape, of course, because he didn't wear it that much in the movie. And then, as you can see, he's got chains hanging from his chest, which look kind of funny, a little droopy-boobied, if you know what I mean. Make Pappy Titty Tats very proud. But you know what? He still looks pretty cool. Now, I have the other playset, I believe it's the Final Battle playset, and that one came with Spiked Spawn. Now, Spiked Spawn looks a little like this. Now, both of the figures include those weird chain things coming out of the skulls on his chest. And, I mean, it looks cool and all, but only one of the figures really needed it. I think the regular Spawn should have just had the skulls on his chest and not had the little spiky things, but I guess they considered that an action feature to play with. So, yeah, I think on this regular version, I think I'm going to cut off the chains and just leave the skulls. That way he looks like a normal Spawn, because, yeah, the little chains look fine on the spiked one. But yeah, I think I'm going to trim them off of this one, just so I can have a different variety of Spawn. I mean, as you can see, the figures look pretty darn close, aside from all the spikes, and that's pretty neat, too. Now, here's normal Spawn from behind, and he looks pretty awesome indeed, you know, showing his allegiance to Magneto with that giant M on his back, and then he's got the little glossy paint and stuff. That's pretty cool, and I think he looks awesome. Next! Next up is the figure you all came to see. Check him out. It's the movie version of the Violator, and this is one awesome looking figure indeed. Imagine this attacking your Walking Dead figures. Oh man, he looks awesome. I think they did a really good job with this figure, and I'd read a review once that said, you know, this figure could have been sold on its own. I mean, it's that good, and it really does look that good. Now, its articulation is lacking by what we judge by figures, you know, today. I mean, his wrists don't swivel, so you're kind of stuck with those weird hand movements. He does have elbow articulation, and he's got swivels at his shoulders, but it doesn't have, you know, his arms won't swing out, so they're still kind of close to his body. And then his legs, looks like, does he have knees? It doesn't look like it. Nope, just looks like he's got hips. And that's pretty cool, but still, he could look so much better. Now, let's see if his jaw moves. That would be a giant negative. Nope, it's just glued into place. But up here, his little spiky hook thing or whatever, it does kind of swing back and forth a little bit, but not by much. I mean, seriously, not enough to really matter, but it does move a little bit. But yeah, I still like this figure a lot. He looks amazing, and this is pretty cool indeed. Now, there are 2 pegs on the playset so that the little Violator feet can be plugged on and he'll stand perfectly, and that looks awesome. Now, you're probably saying, hey, what else did it come with? Well, you already saw it, but okay. Here's a trash can with a trash can lid. And then that over there, it turns out, I thought it was a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or something, but no, it's actually a tire, and that's pretty cool. So you get a tire, and then 2 pieces of wood, and then a gun for the Spawn to hold, and that is pretty cool indeed. But that's all the accessories you get, and really, I think that looks pretty cool indeed. So here's the playset all put together, and I think this looks awesome looking. You can put the little pieces wherever you want. You can have Todd cowering in fear while Spawn shoots at the Violator, and that is pretty cool. And you know what? I love it. Now, as I said previously, I already have the other 2 sets. Now, here's the graveyard scene, and that is pretty cool. I love the little clown Violator, the John Leguizamo clown. He looks awesome, and that is pretty cool indeed. And then working our way over here to the alley scene as we work our way through the movie. Very cool indeed. And then over here, the final battle, and that looks pretty cool indeed. And like I said, these are pretty cool. I really like the figures a lot. You know, they make really neat little displays, and I think that's pretty cool indeed. Now, I say we waste no more time and look at these figures up close. What do you say? So, here we go with a super-duper close-up look, and starting with the Mcfarlane bum. As you can see, he's got some pretty good detail up close. Check that out. He's got a little drawstrings on his hood and everything. There's his face. Very cool. It actually does look a little bit like Todd McFarlane. Very cool indeed. You can see his hair coming out of his hat there, and that's pretty cool indeed. Working our way down his sleeve of his battered jacket, you can see some fingerless gloves with dirty hands. Very neat. Almost looks like he's got a finger instead of a thumb there. Whoa, that's some weird-looking thumbs there, Todd. Maybe that's why he draws so good. He's got a weird thumb. But anyways, yeah, that looks pretty cool indeed. Working our way down his pants, you can see there's holes. That actually looks really good for the detail of how small this is. I mean, you can see the strings inside of the blue jean that's tore. That's pretty cool. Then there's his shoes, looking all dirty. Okay, let's flip him around, shall we? Because ever since I showed the back of his hat earlier, I wanted to know what's on it. So let's look up at his hat here, shall we? Let's see, what does that say? What does that say? Egg? No, what does that say? FCG? Is that what that says? I don't know. Does anybody know what that means? Because I don't know what that means at all. I thought it was a spawn symbol or something. I cannot tell what that means. So, anybody know what that means? Let me know. All I know is a bird pooped on his hat. That's pretty cool. He's got a little hair growing out of his face there. And then down here, you'll see the back of his coat. Looking very cool with a lot of detail on it. He's got some pockets on his pants, and his shoes look awesome. Next up we have Spawn, and check out that belt buckle. That looks amazing. Look at his chains, how detailed those are. I mean, they did a really good job on that. Now, when you look at it up close, or not up close, when you look at it, normal eyes, it just looks like a normal chain. But look at all the detail. They did really, really good. Then up here you'll see where they connected the little skulls. Now, like I said, I'm probably going to cut these little chains off just so I can have the skulls. Because, like I said, I don't need two figures with chains hanging out of their boobs. But working our way up to his head, you can see his really cool face, and that is awesome indeed. He's got the green eyes and the really neat details on his mask. That's pretty cool indeed. Working our way down his arm, you'll see he's holding the gun, the weird-looking 90s gun, I guess. And then his legs, I don't know how well you'll be able to make this out, but yeah, he's got a lot of detail on him, and really cool-looking. I mean, he's glossy and stuff, but I guess, Spawn can be slimy. That works too. Now, looking at his back, which is normally covered by a cape, but they didn't give it to us in this instance, as you'll see, he's got a real cool-looking spine thing going down the back of his head, or back of his back, and his head's all detailed and sinewy and stuff. He's got more wrinkles and lines than Freddy Krueger does, apparently. I guess makes sense. They're both burned up. But, yeah, that's pretty cool indeed. I mean, that's very awesome. I love it. Now, I don't know how well he'll stay standing, but here's the Violator, and check out his eyes. That looks so awesome. There's his mouth and teeth. They did a really good job with these things, because remember, 1997, I mean, figures aren't as good as they are now back then, but you know what? These look pretty cool indeed. He's got that neat little spike thing coming off of his back. He's got some neat little spikes and bumps. Ugh, he's pretty awesome. Working our way down to his hand, you can see the elbow articulation right there, which isn't much. I'd be very careful with it if I were you. And then there's his hands. And he's got some froggy feet. Oh, see, he's already moving. He's wanting to fall over. There's his little froggy feet. Oh, those look pretty cool. Almost done, Violator. Just keep standing. Here's his back. He's got a little spikies coming out of his back, and that looks pretty cool. Make H.R. Giger very, very proud. And one of the things I just noticed was he's got a little stubby tail. Look at that. He's got a little tail. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if he wags it when the devil says, "Hey, how you doing?" and scratches his ears. Yep, that's pretty cool indeed. So, there's my retro review of the 1997 Spawn movie, Spawn Alley playset. And I have to say, this thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. And it finishes off my Spawn movie little figures line. And that's pretty cool indeed. And you know what? I highly recommend it. And if you're going to get it, seriously, get the one with the little Mcfarlane bum, because it's kind of cool to get. And plus, it adds to the playset. Because, if it was just the Spawn and Violator fighting, there's no sticks there, man. What are they fighting over? The tire? Some wood? I don't know. I think it's better if they're fighting over the creator of Spawn, because that's pretty cool indeed. So, if you like this review, maybe I'll do some more retro reviews. I don't know. I mean, I got a time machine. I might as well go get other toys. I don't know. But anyways, let me know if you think that would be cool. Okay? So, until next time, tune in for more Foo Reviews. Whoa, crap. Hey, felzbug, come here. Come here, come here. Look at this mess. Oh, man. There's, like, wood everywhere and tires. It looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup. I don't know. Okay, let's just put it over here, shall we? Why does it smell like an alley all of a sudden?